It's common to see rematches in conference championship games throughout the history of college football. And here's another one in the SEC with Texas taking on Georgia. Texas, a slight favorite. Of course, Georgia won the game in Austin 30-15. We got Steve Merrill here from Wager Talk, as Steve always drops by to help us break down the games across college football. You can catch Steve's complete work at wagertalk.com. Steve, two of the best teams in the nation looking to possibly be the number one seed in the college football playoff if Oregon falters. Texas and Georgia with the Longhorns a 2.5-point favorite.
Yeah, let's dig into that earlier meeting. You know, one thing is I love about college basketball is we get all the second revenge meetings in conference play. I can always look for misleading results. We don't get it as much in college football, but this is one of those spots. And I do think we have what I would call a misleading result in that first meeting back in October. Texas did not play well, especially in the first half. But then again, they had 3 turnovers. 3 of their 4 turnovers came in the first half of that game. And Georgia got out to a quick 23-0 lead because of it. In fact, 17 of those 23 points came directly off those 3 turnovers in the first half. Now you can say, well, you know, Texas didn't play well. And I get it. They were at home. I think if anything, being at home actually made them a little more tight. And they played that way. I think they play a lot more loose and relaxed here in the rematch. And if you look at the overall seasonal numbers, they have been the better team this season. So I like the fact we're getting the better team here in a focused revenge spot, in which I think we can make a case that the first game was a bit misleading. Now, both offenses really struggled to move the ball in that game. But as I said, Texas really kind of shot themselves in the foot with the 3 turnovers early, and they're having to play catch up after that. But look at the numbers overall this season. Let's start with just conference games. Georgia, as mighty as Georgia is over the years, they're just plus 6 points per game in the SEC this year. Texas is almost plus 14. Texas has outgained those opponents 6 yards per play to 4 yards per play. Georgia 5.8 to 5.1. And if we look at the overall seasonal numbers, Georgia's defense isn't quite as strong as it's been in years past. You know, 5.1 is decent, but for Georgia, that's below average. They've given up 5.1 yards per play, 20.5 points a game. Texas has given up 11.5 points a game, just 4 yards per play overall. I think they're the better team offensively, and I think they're definitely the better team defensively. And I like the fact that we're getting a little bit of a revenge motive as well. My simulation projects a 2.7, 2.5, 3-point win by Texas, and that's exactly where the line is. But I like the Longhorns for the other reasons I mentioned. And by the way, if you are playing this game, you need to shop around. Right now, as we head closer to the weekend, there are 3s out there at some books, 2.5s at others. There's about an 8 to 9% chance Texas wins this game by exactly 3 points. It's that key of a number. So if you like Texas, you got to take a minus 2.5. If you do like Georgia, take the plus 3. But at 2.5, I think Texas is the play.
It should be a good one. And with this new 12-team format, they may be playing a third time. Who knows? Texas and Georgia at the SEC championship game. Steve's complete work. WagerTalk.com is the place to be. He drops by here, the voice of college football, once a week, but you get the complete work, college basketball included, the NFL and the NBA with Steve at WagerTalk.com.